Good morning, it's Ronnie with a quick video. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Yes, I know, it was very cold. Oh, and also, just a quick reminder, I look forward to our potluck on Friday, March 13th. I will be making ratatouille. It's a French dish. You'll love it. Okay, so this week I'm going to be talking about leadership. The last couple of PDs I have been very inspired, and when that happens I go out and buy a book and I read about what inspires me. So HBR is the Harvard Business Review, and they put out a monthly magazine, but every once in a while they put out books on different topics. So here's one on emotional intelligence. Excellent. Here's another one I picked up last year called On Communication. And what Harvard Business Review does is that they put together essays from books, academic journals, magazines, conferences, and they call them 10 must-reads. This one on leadership says, if you read nothing else on leadership, read these definitive articles from Harvard Business Review. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of the article. It's about 24 pages long. Send it to everyone. I took notes on the article, type up my notes, send them as well to everyone. But for now, I'm going to share with everyone the first essay. It's called What Makes a Leader. I'm just going to read some of my notes. It's by Daniel Goleman. So Daniel Goleman, I have a tab open here. He's written many books. Some of you might have heard of: emotional intelligence, social intelligence, focus. If you're having trouble focusing in this world of digital distraction, that's a great book. Primal Leadership, Ecological Intelligence, a bunch of books. If you go to their website, it's pretty cool, hbr.org, and they have several books on different topics. Okay, but let's jump in. Okay, so once again, the title of the article is called What Makes a Leader by Daniel Goleman. So he starts off by saying that smart people don't always fit the job, that IQ and technical skills are threshold capabilities, meaning they are entry-level requirements. So a person could be very, very smart, can have technical abilities, but that helps them get in the front door. But to stay there and then become a leader, you need EQ, emotional intelligence. What is EQ? In the book, he defines EQ as the following. He calls it, a person has to have self-awareness, self-regulation, self-motivation, have empathy for others, and social skills. On page 8, Goleman conducted a study on 188 global and large companies, such as Lucent Technologies, British Airways. So they looked at three things. They looked at technical skills, cognitive skills, and social skills. And in this study, after looking at all of the employees, people that had high-level positions, they found that EQ, emotional intelligence, provided proved to be twice as important as technical skills and IQ. So after this extensive study, 188 companies, all these employees, and they looked at the technical, the IQ, and the social skills. The number one skill was EQ, emotional intelligence. There's a cool quote, page 11, that said, the Delphic oracle gave advice, said, know thyself. Know your deep understanding, meaning your emotions, strengths, weaknesses, needs, and desires. So when you know yourself, you have a high level of emotional intelligence, which makes a leader. Okay. There's a section where he talks about, can EQ be learned, and he provides research on that. Are we born with empathy? Scientific inquiry suggests that there is a genetic component to it. Psychological or developmental research indicates that nurture plays a role. So this is something you could cultivate. He talks about the limbic system in detail. The limbic system, it governs our feelings, impulses, and drives. And the limbic system learns best through motivation, extended practice, and feedback. So if you're trying to learn emotional intelligence, you have to be motivated to do it, you have to practice it, and get feedback from others. There's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He says, nothing great was achieved without enthusiasm. So if you really want to make a change in this skill, you really have to be motivated to change. Intrinsic. Okay, so the second half of the article talks about three things: teamwork, globalization, and talent. So how does EQ work in those three? So he talks about how right now and in the future, more and more jobs are going to be project-based. And so you need to learn how to work with people. If you're managing a team, you need to learn how to manage that team. 4 or 5 people, 10 people, different opinions, arguments. As a leader, you need to bring those people together, have them see eye to eye, problem solve to get the work done. So that's where EQ plays a big role. Globalization, he gave a great example of that. You need to know how other people think from other cultures, from other belief systems, values. Talent, how does EQ work with talent? Well, large companies, they spend a lot of money on training their employees. They send them to seminars, they send them back to school, they train them, and it's expensive. So they do not want that employee leaving with the company's knowledge. So a leader, a mentor, a coach has to learn how to get into their employees' heads and build trust, relationship, so they can stay connected and loyal to that company. Okay, so the last page talks about just social skills, how it's important to build rapport with a variety of people, how a leader knows how to push for performance and when to hold back. And final thoughts, IQ and technical skills are important, but to fulfill that recipe for leadership, you need to have EQ, emotional intelligence. So I hope this video helps. I'm just trying to share what I'm reading, and hopefully you enjoy reading the article. Okay? I hope everyone has a fantastic week. Take care.